The year was 1587, and over 100 settlers, led by John White, arrived on the shores of Roanoke Island. They were full of hope, ready to start a new life in the New World, but little did they know they were about to become one of history's greatest mysteries. The settlers, consisting of men, women, and children, had one mission: to establish a permanent English colony. But when John White left for England to gather more supplies, everything would change. White's journey back to England was delayed by war, and it would take him 3 years to return to Roanoke. When he finally arrived in 1590, he was greeted by a haunting sight. The colony had vanished. No people, no bodies, no signs of struggle, just silence. The buildings had been carefully dismantled, and the only clue left behind was a single word carved into a post: Croatoan. What did Croatoan mean? Was it a message, a destination, or something more sinister? Some believe the settlers may have joined the Croatoan tribe on nearby Hatteras Island. It seemed like a plausible explanation, but then why didn't they leave more signs of their departure? And why was there no cross carved into the trees, as John White had instructed the settlers to do if they were in danger? Others speculate that the colonists met a far darker fate. Could it be that they were attacked by hostile Native American tribes? But once again, there were no traces of violence, no bodies, and no evidence of a battle. Then there's the theory of disease. Perhaps a deadly epidemic wiped out the entire colony, leaving no survivors to tell the tale. But why weren't there any remains, no graves, no signs of mass death? Some believe the settlers succumbed to starvation or extreme weather conditions, but if they had, surely John White would have found some trace of their struggle for survival. But then there's another possibility, a theory that has captivated the imaginations of many for centuries. Could the colony have been abducted, not by natives, not by neighboring tribes, but by something far more otherworldly? Stories of strange lights in the sky and mysterious beings have been passed down through generations. Could the Roanoke settlers have been victims of an extraterrestrial encounter? The concept may sound far-fetched, but when you look at the complete disappearance of over 100 people with no trace, the idea becomes harder to ignore. There's also the theory of a secret rescue mission. Some suggest that the Spanish, who were enemies of the English at the time, might have covertly rescued or kidnapped the settlers, but once again, there's no proof. In the centuries that followed, archaeologists and historians have continued to search for answers. Numerous digs have been conducted on Roanoke Island, yet no definitive evidence has been uncovered. Bones have been found, but none could be conclusively linked to the settlers of Roanoke. Artifacts have been discovered, but they only deepen the mystery. The only real clue remains the cryptic word Croatoan. Over the years, many have tried to decipher its meaning. Some believe that it was a signal from the colonists, telling White where they had gone. The Croatoan Island theory is popular, but the mystery remains: why has no concrete evidence been found there? Adding fuel to the fire, there have been other strange occurrences linked to the word Croatoan. In 1888, a stagecoach robber named Black Bart carved the word into the wall of his cell before disappearing forever. In 1937, author Ambrose Bierce, who vanished under mysterious circumstances in Mexico, had the word Croatoan scribbled in his journal shortly before his disappearance. Then, in 1913, the notorious ghost ship Carroll A. Deering washed ashore with no crew aboard, and the word Croatoan was found scrawled on one of its masts. Is it merely coincidence, or could Croatoan hold a power beyond what we understand? Some suggest the word itself could be cursed, a marker of death, disappearance, or something far worse. But what could possibly tie these events together across centuries and different locations? In recent years, new technologies like DNA testing have given modern researchers hope. Could we finally trace the lineage of the Roanoke settlers to living descendants? Could DNA reveal where they went and what happened to them? There have been studies of local Native American populations, and some evidence suggests that European genes may have mixed with the local tribes, but nothing is conclusive. And so, the enigma of Roanoke continues. Each theory, no matter how plausible or outlandish, seems to open new doors while leaving us with more questions than answers. Could it be that the settlers simply relocated and blended in with the indigenous tribes, leaving no desire to return to a struggling England? Or was the colony abandoned by some otherworldly force that wiped away all traces of their existence? Historians, archaeologists, and paranormal investigators alike remain obsessed with solving this riddle, yet every clue seems to only deepen the mystery. In 2015, archaeologists found artifacts including European pottery on Hatteras Island. Could this finally be the proof linking the settlers to the Croatoan tribe? Or is it just another dead end? What truly happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? The answer remains elusive, and perhaps it always will. But one thing is certain. The mystery has captured the imagination of generations and continues to haunt us to this day. The disappearance of over 100 men, women, and children without a trace, no graves, no bodies, no clues, defies all logic. And until we uncover the truth, the lost colony of Roanoke will remain one of history's most haunting, unsolved mysteries. Could new technologies one day reveal what really happened? Or will this mystery stay lost in the shadows of time? As we dig deeper, we uncover more questions than answers. Perhaps the settlers' fate is tied to something we've yet to understand, a mystery that stretches beyond our comprehension. The lost colony of Roanoke may never be found, but the search for answers will continue, pulling us deeper into the unknown. And so, we leave you with this. Will the mystery of Roanoke ever be solved, or will it remain a ghost story that refuses to rest? If you're as captivated by unsolved mysteries as we are, don't forget to subscribe to Unexplored Mysteries for more deep dives into the unknown. Your next great mystery is just one click away. Your next great